or what is what is he going to do? Because I can only imagine that he must be throwing a lot of hours into like feeling out the new update basically and how it's nerfed the AWP. But we are into the pistol now, so here we go.
Well, sort of passive play coming out of the CT this first round though. They're not wanting to give away too much, as we see very aggressive coming out from the Ts, and now we'll get the first pick from Edward there with the Tech 9 still showing that it's usable. Crims gets the refrag there though onto Zeus, as Edwards gets his second in this round already. Lovely play from the man. Looks like they're going for that A take there.
Yeah, they are at the gates, and they're moving in. And Fnatic need to get players in position. Flusher's at bank at the moment, and that's not particularly strong. He does have support coming in from the flank. Olafmeister, he's going to be key here, and looks like Seized has no idea, and Olaf is just checking to see if he can get any more sneaky kills, and he might just be able to do just that, but Flamey will stop him just in the nick of time, as Flusher is now the last man standing, and a few of the players are low. Flusher can pull this one off. He does get the headshot. A quick second onto Flamey. This is looking fantastic. Going to go for the defuse here and bait out Guardian, and oh, he will bait him out, but Guardian gets the headshot almost for Fnatic, but maybe we'll see a decent T side here from NaVi. They have the pistol round, so at least they are set up to do some damage here to Fnatic early on. Yeah,
that'll give him a bit of an edge, sort of early game. That was nicely done by Flusher though. A lot of patience from the man there, and Crims as well when he snuck up behind, got the cheeky headshot, and then, as you were saying, he didn't want to give too much away soon, so yeah, played that very slowly. This is going to be interesting from NaVi though, how they want to play this. They want to go very aggressive, sort of try to take long, because they'll be greeted by 3 CTs just all tucked in there. Can't be too nice. And there's the MP7 in play by Flamey. That's going to be interesting to see.
He even has the whiteout skin, which is worth like £125 all of a sudden from 30. So here we go. Chris already taking down Edward in the toilets area, and they are moving into the stack that Fnatic had set up for them. So this could work out for Fnatic here if they're able to hit some of these shots, but NaVi are looking quite solid at the moment, and they are not really falling. They're only losing one man so far to this stack.
Olaf with that Deagle in play though. If he keeps this up, I think Guardian knows he's there though and should get the frag. He will. Olaf unfortunately going down. He gets the second. Lovely round from Guardian there. Gets the 4K. 3 of them being headshots. It was nice from him.
He's on our team. He's on our Vulcan.com team. So, oh yeah, Guardian.
That's what we need. Points. Everyone doubting him with his low cost. We knew he was for real.
Yeah, that's kind of funny actually. The cost is calculated due to popularity in recent performances, and I think that's why Flamey is so expensive, because everyone picked Flamey, and yeah, well, either way, let's hold that thought for now, because we do have the full save from Fnatic, and they're deciding to go with a little bit of a push onto Connector to try to catch some players here. Nice little boost there, spotting through the window into the sewers tunnel, but it's going to be, once again, NaVi using the long ranges to their advantage. And Zeus, he's already in position to deal with these players as they exit Connector. Actually, he will fall, and that's the bomb down, but we're having a swarm of NaVi players. He will be ready to defend, but...
The Mat 10 play there, the Biggie Smalls weapon from Edward as he mows down Crimson Pronax, and it's just Flusher left, only one man standing. So we've had the MP7 and now the MP9. I mean, the Mat 10 even. It'd be interesting to see if Fnatic pick up an MP9 on gun round.
Yeah, I mean it's so much extra bank, and that's kind of the reason why, to me, it could change a lot, because just the amount of bank that suddenly that teams are going to be able to build potentially, because you can realistically effectively use some of these SMGs, well into later rounds when the opposite team is buying up against you. So it's feasible and it's very cost efficient. So it could have a really big impact. I mean, we yet to see, really. Oh dear, so we're going to have a bit of a pause here. Might have some DDoS Areno, unfortunately. So we'll have to see how this resolves itself. But 3-0 already NaVi, and they have a lot of cash in the bank. They got a lot of money.
I mean, Edward and Flamey using those, like the Mac 10 and the MP7 coming out. They're big for building bank, as you were saying. And the thing is, they really can be used into gun rounds. We've seen it like a couple of pugs recently. We were just looking into. I was looking over a couple of demos, and you can see players just completely ripping through full armor and AK as well. With the new AWP changes, if you face against someone using a gun like that, they can tag you so much you can't get away. If you miss that first shot, it's game over. So
yeah, it's actually insane. Just the kind of accuracy is kind of crazy, and maybe we'll have a chance to go into a full blown run. Maybe we can just throw it out there, and Okay, I'm gonna make a few points then. Just
Okay.
this is just I haven't developed these points massively just yet. I'm just gonna go flow of consciousness a little bit. But the first thing for me is the M41S change. To me is kind of a little bit weird because it feels as though, and I don't know if this is true or not. It feels as though Valve might be trying to balance just purely based on usage statistics, and maybe even just because if there's higher usage, then maybe that's gonna make more people like be interested in the skin of that weapon or something. Whereas in reality, the weapons, like, it's completely fine if one is more useful in more situations than another, because the M4A4 is still like really good at specific situations. It's more situationally viable, and if you want to play certain positions, then you're going to pick up that weapon. So it seems like a really weird, like, you can't really cross those over. Of course, I mean, with the silencer, the utility you get from that, and the fact that most situations you're not going to need the extra bullets for spraying and wall banging and getting shots through smokes and stuff. Because of that, it's two completely different weapons with two different uses. Why do they have to be 50% kind of usage?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's like the M4A4 now is more sort of really the speciality weapon. If you want to trade off that silencer and be more out in the open and risk it, then you've got the extra 10 bullets as a trade-off. And the smartest move for me was when they made it the same money. There was no reason for the M4A4S to be cheaper. If it was M4A1 even, if it's going to be cheaper, it needed to have sort of a bit more ammo than what it did, because you were too hurt by sort of the reserve ammunition. There wasn't enough. There really wasn't. I think you get 2 reloads and then that's it. So what they needed to do was make it the same money and just allow users to use what they prefer. And as you're saying, it's just silly how they've made it so one is now cheaper and they're trying to force you to use it when people don't want to use it. They clearly don't.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if eventually they'll just be like, hey, we're just going to make the M4A1S more expensive than the M4A4. I mean, that in some situations could make sense, because if one has less value in gameplay, then perhaps that can make sense. I could get on board with that potentially, but we'll see. We can jump back to this discussion later on. Lots of points to think about, but we do have the next round coming in as the unpause is there, and Edward already spraying down Crims, and you can see how aggressive Fnatic are being at the start of the round, and lots of damage. Oh my God, Edward!
The spray there.
New spray master. That
beautiful.
Was excellent. Just swept across like a 45-degree sweep there. And that is quite damaging. 3 players now for Fnatic.
See, already that's the thing that you're saying. They weren't really aggressive. And if that would have worked, that could have been, say, 3 picks very early on for Fnatic. It's just unfortunate that when they went for that phase, maybe if we would have seen the long player face a little bit earlier, that they could have worked into it and maybe got a couple of picks on NaVi. But unfortunately, losing 2 of Fnatic players very early on. So Pronak's going into a bit of a hold now as we see JW pick one up onto C's there, slowly evening up the numbers as Guardian Edward are fairly low.
So Edward will actually take claim back for NaVi in the connector area, which is always going to provide some potential presence and threat towards the B-bomb site, because they don't know now, Fnatic do not know whether or not NaVi are going to be rotating through connector into a B hit. They have to keep a man in. We can see Flusher is stuck here now. He cannot rotate just yet as Edward starts to harass and potentially flank, but Flamey is going to spot Pronax, and now Flusher knows what's going on. He sees the push come in, but that kill from Edward in connector was huge. It was incredibly important. Had he not got that kill, had he died there, Fnatic are always going to have the right rotation, and I mean, that was basically checkmate in that situation.
Yeah, they really could have sort of started to even it back up, and we saw it due to the fact that I think it was Guardian and Edward were fairly low. So I mean, it wouldn't have been too hard for them to get those entries and then retake the site. But now with only 1 man left, of course, Flusher's just going to go for the save, maybe try to get an exit kill if they go very sort of Rambo to try to take him down.
Yeah, they are slowly searching for Flusher as well. They want to eliminate him straight away. And they've only lost 2 players here, and we already saw how massive their bank was previously thanks to the SMGs, and Flusher will be spotted now. And there is time for a hunt of him as Guardian is going to jump up the ladder, and the spray is going to come into play. So Flusher will go down, and Fnatic are going to be on a save. Probably going to just grab some pistols, but my prediction is looking not so good now.
Yeah, it's not looking too great for Fnatic, but things can change for them. They are a very sort of comebacky team. You see it when they sort of, lose the pistol and then just go absolutely big from there on out. But this might sort of favour Fnatic in a weird way, because we've seen how aggressive they're going, and we've sort of had pistols are in CSGO. You can do some real damage. If they can pick up a gun here, they might be able to make something of this round. But the Mach 10 on Edward, as we were saying, he's using it in a gun round. He knows it's an eco, so why not just get the extra cash? And he's going to get 2 kills there. See if he can carry on.
It's already paid itself back.
Yeah.
It's already more than paid itself back. So in just 1 round, that's quite insane. We're going to see the money here, and this is completely clean. NaVi going to have a massive amount of bank. Look at that, 2 players on 12k basically.
That is so smart though, because he knew they'd be on an eco, so why not? You know that gun's just going to rip through him anyway, and yeah, that is really smart from NaVi.
And it's also allows him to be a bit more aggressive, and it's not nearly as risky as if he drops an AK to them or something like that. So it gives them more options. It's just way smarter on every level, so it's really cool to see that. But JW now going to be busting out the AWP, so first time we're going to see this, and it better come out huge for his team, because otherwise things are going to get pretty bad here for Fnatic. They have spotted him, 2 players on the face. JW is looking for those shots. He only picks up 1 this time, but does get himself back into some cover. There it is. Good stuff here from JW to give advantage to Fnatic.
Yeah, it's nicely done by him. Still showing that he can use the AWP, as he said in his tweet. Slightly missing a shot there as he goes very aggressive with a B-hop. I think he's changed up his style to just go for the B-hop instead of the scoping in now.
Great movement there from JW indeed. And, well, let's see if Edward can do any extra damage here. It'd be really important for Fnatic to take this cleanly as they can. And it does remind me a little bit of 1.6. It would be a lot more jumping with 1.6. You kind of would like, with AWPing, just to bait out shots, you would jump across a corner and then kind of tap the opposite direction, kind of stop yourself.
It's when
you
just
randomly
sort of slightly faced and then swung back round. And that's the thing that we always sort of lack, stuff like that in CSGO. So it'd be interesting if maybe that's what, in Valve's mind, they were trying to force with updates like this.
It would be really funny if all AWPers now kind of just have to just get their mad movement skills in there, because it is quite hard to be consistent with that as well. And well, JW's going to be back on the upper park, the A long area for challenges. Can NaVi get the better of him this time? Does remain to be seen.
I think this is the first time we've seen Guardian pick up an AWP so far this game, though, so be interesting to see how he's going to cope with the changes as well. We've seen JW, he's not too bothered at the minute. He's still going big as ever.
So they are slowly falling back, as is the nature of this. We are almost to the 1 minute mark, so 45 seconds have played out in the round, and we can see how little ground NaVi have actually covered in that time, and this is again very much what Overpass is like these days, due to the construction of the map, or the architecture, sorry. But there's no presence towards B right now for NaVi, so it'd be really nice for them to take over connector to really make it so that Fnatic cannot know what's going on, but we're going to see that Fnatic still want to get very close and personal, and that's exactly what's going to happen. 2 quick kills from them as NaVi still trying to make their way up towards A, and this is looking really good for Fnatic. Such a good aggression into the mid areas there.
Yeah, they're playing very strong right now. This is a different Fnatic, as we said. We've seen them starting to bring it back here and showing they do mean business. Guardian there with that AWP, trying to get a spot onto the A site, and it will be JW who will greet, and he will say goodbye to you, my friend. He tries to get the second, slightly missing Pronax as he just bounces away. He doesn't want to reface there, give Guardian any more chances to take him down. There's only 10 seconds left on the clock. Does begin to just tick down. Flamey will pick up one onto Crims there, though, and this will be where they really can't do much on Navi's side. They'll just save it out and don't want to lose those guns. They have no reason to, but Olof has a different idea, but unfortunately can't quite find them.
All right, so it looks like they are coming back into this quite well. But the thing is that they haven't really touched B all that much at all, to be honest. They've won the majority of their rounds on the A finish and taking map control towards toilets and upper park and so on, but they haven't really done all that much towards sewers or connector all that much yet. So be wondering if this would be the point in which they switch it up, and indeed they are sending 2 players to sewers, but JW is on point as ever, gets a 1 kill onto Edward. There's another player facing him as Zeus takes control of connector for his team, but we do have Olofmeister on the angle. So this contestation, very important, and Olofmeister even gets the bomb. The bomb was alone there, and now Flamey has to go and try and recover it with the support seized, I believe, and this is going to be very hard.
Yeah, it's not looking too great for NaVi once again, but Flamey pulls it out the bag there, gets one into Pronax, and Olof and JW holding these doors. They probably will be able to repel the attack from NaVi, and they will take down Flamey. And the two-man standard now as Seas rattles off a few shots and will manage to find JW. See you later, my friend, as the smokes now go up onto short. Guardian wants to try and do some damage with his AWP all of a sudden. Going to go for that with a face, and it will be Seas to pick up the second kill of the round. Lovely play by the man, evening out the numbers now as Crims on A and Flushes on B. This could be interesting for NaVi. Do you reckon they can get back into this one?
Yeah, this is a really nice save from them so far. I mean, it was very... I can't believe they managed to get the bomb out of that situation. That was incredible. And now, Fnatic, they've had to spread out between the sites as they don't know what's going on. So NaVi just with enough time to abuse the rotations And now we can see that Flusher is the man who's got the contact here now on the B-bomb site. So they are going to understand that it is going to be a plant attempt here. And Crims to take down the first kill onto Guardian. Seized has to be fast. He's got 2 players to take down or get the bomb plant after that fast frag. And he will get that indeed. And oh no, he won't. He won't. Crims comes into the last moment and gets the spray as he hears the bomb going down. Smart stuff from him. And Fnatic, they clinch it just barely. And that's going to be an important one. If they hadn't done that, I don't know if they even would have... I think they would have been able to buy, but it would have been kind of bare bones.
Yeah, it was looking like Fnatic had really dominated that round, and then all of a sudden we just saw Seized whipping out the bag. I think he picked up 2 players and then just sort of cracked it back open for NaVi. But now this is interesting. Pronax has picked up an MP7. He knows they've got guns, and it's going to be interesting to see how confident he is with the weapon.
Yeah, it's going to be... I'm very curious of the kinds of positions he wants to take with that, and at the moment, we can see that, once again, NaVi going back to their usual tricks and trying to just bust up into the A side of the map at the start of the round. And Fnatic, they have read this quite well, or at least they have a good setup to deal with it. 3 players towards the A site here to defend any pushes. And we will see Edward moving towards the toilets now, but the rest of his teammates are looking for potentially a really fast push up long here.
Guardian roasts his toes a little bit there, and he loses couple of HP there, only 6, so it won't bother him too much. But I think they're trying to find that first pick onto the A site and then just sort of crack it open. Seems like what they're trying to do. Very sort of slow play from NaVi, but they begin to push up in sort of a train formation here now. Olaf is waiting on the receiving end of that smoke, though. This won't look good for NaVi if they don't catch on to him soon. They're trying to boost over the smoke, but unfortunately you can't do that anymore, boys, and Olaf will get the better of Flamey, but Guardian will do the return. Let's see if they can take the site now, Dan.
Okay, so Crims, the master defender, in position, and now they go to challenge him. He does take down 1, almost gets the second, but Seized is quick, and that's Flusher and JW once again left to clutch this against 3 players. Seized and Edward very low, and that's going to be enough for Flusher to take Zeus down, as we have Seized and Edward towards the toilet side in the front of the side, and that smoke is going away here, so Fnatic should have some good angles, but Seized is on point once again. Trade comes in thanks to Flusher as Edward snaps Flusher's head at the last moment, and that will be the frag and the round for NaVi. 6-3, but Fnatic, they can go for a buy here if they want, but I mean, if they've read the money well for NaVi, I think it's one of those situations because they could kind of money screw NaVi if they did. So it's a hard call, but that said, they could potentially screw themselves over pretty badly as well. So
yeah, if they did lose that round, they would really hurt their economy. So maybe they thought, just safe bet, just pick up maybe a P250 and a CZ75. And Guardian gets the first one. Their beautiful shot onto Olaf as he just cracks open long now. The A site is actually pretty much completely empty. Everyone over on B, and 1 player just sitting there on steps, and that'll be JW. Nice little boost there from his team. Sort of slow round at the minute. Everyone just sort of trying to play for information that we see to sort of try to speed things up again as he takes down Flusher there and almost catches Crims, and he will finally see him. So now 2 men standing on Fnatic. This isn't looking great for him at all, is it?
No, and Pronax goes for his peek. And we'll get the info. He would have seen the bomb there, and well, it's not going to matter too much for JW. He's just alone with that P250, but maybe he can get some damage in here. To be honest, getting a couple weapons on the floor would be quite nice for Fnatic, considering the economic stance of NaVi. They need some damage, but JW will get nothing. So NaVi are going to be away from that eco situation, and even if they do lose one at this point, they're going to be able to buy up afterwards. So it's going to be harder for Fnatic to money screw them now. So they're going to just have to go for the buy up and play just some solid rounds here and get back the hard way. We see the AWP once again for JW.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he can keep up what he was doing sort of earlier on. He was doing some real sort of openers for Fnatic back then. Early damage onto Crims, only 45 HP left on the man as he goes for a bit of a cheeky face over on mid. He's going to have to fall back. But once again, that sort of free setup on A. They're playing a very heavy A, and they're going for a lot of aggression early on in the round, then sort of back off after they get the information they need. So that's smart by Fnatic. See if JW can get this first kill on long, and he will. Goodbye, Guardian. Can go very aggressive now as he flashes out, trying to help his teammates there over by toilets. But Zeus will still get the better of Olaf as they do begin to fall back now. Probably just want to go for that hold. No more aggression from Fnatic this round.
Okay, so NaVi, they still want it, though. They know that they've got 1 man down, but so have Fnatic. So they have a nice potential engagement, but no, JW will spot Flamey, Pronax to cover onto Seized, and they cannot breach the bomb site. Fnatic are so good on finding these angles, being quick to cover one another as well, and there's no entry towards A. And NaVi have been left now with just Edward and Zeus. The bomb is very far away from B, but that is where it wants to go in the end. 30 seconds though, and they might as well try to get some damage done because Fnatic, they don't have much money in the bank, and NaVi can afford to take some losses here. In goes Zeus, takes down Crims, and this might force the rotation. The bomb now has free entrance to the B bomb site. Edward needs to speed himself up at the moment, as right now Zeus is keeping Fnatic well and truly occupied on the A site. JW deals with him, and now they're left to wonder, where on earth is the bomb? And Edward's just been kind of sat here, kind of saving the entire time, so...
Yeah, it looked like, as you were saying, it looked like he was actually going to try sneak into B and just get the plant, but I think they've all, you know, they sort of thought, save the AK, it's not worth it. But I don't know, that would have been interesting if he could have got in. I don't know if he'd have been able to do it. He was very low.
I mean, he would have been able to buy in this round. I mean, they would have had 1,400 and he already had 5,700, so he would have been able to buy for sure. So I'm surprised indeed. But either way, we're going to see once more aggressive opening from Fnatic, and I love that they do this because this is, you know, in my opinion. Oh, okay, great shot from Seized, expecting the spot there over the wooden plank in the wall, and that's very common, but it's hard to hit that shot. And Olofmeister, he has to hold this down. He has to. He will get traded on by Zeus. So NaVi now have control of Connector. So that is critical in controlling rotations and having the information you need for the defenses as the CTs.
Yeah, with JW now being killed over by Toilets, that crazy man bouncing around with the AWP is no longer in play. So things are looking worse and worse for Fnatic. Crims just scouting it out now, wants to see if NaVi have backed off, and it looks like they'll be setting up for that B take. Zeus just going to hold it if they see the aggressive rotate coming out from the CTs now, as Crims looks to be heading that way.
So this is hard times here for Fnatic. You've got Zeus trying to catch anyone rotating. He's going to find Crims momentarily as he arrives to Connector. There it is. Gets the spray onto him as Flusher now is shortly going to arrive into the same position. There it is. He's going to spot the door closing, so he knows there's someone just out there, and it's really smart to close the door in this situation because Flusher, there's no way he can get through there. But actually, the door will be open for him as he switches for the AK, maybe looking for potentially another angle, but he's going to back away with that one, and it's smart. He's got full nades, he's got a kit, he's got the armor and the AK. It's a lot of value in his hands. So Fnatic, they're not doing so well on the money. If we can have a quick peek here on the money, we'll be able to see exactly the state of affairs for both teams. And there it is. So Fnatic, they cannot buy.
Yeah, only the AK in play for Fnatic, as you're saying. Their money situation is really bad. See the P250 buy from Crims there. A flash and a Molotov from Olaf. It'll be interesting to see how he's going to use that. He just tries to get a bit of early damage off onto NaVi. Maybe try... all they really want to do this round is just try to get a gun off them. I mean, it's going to be so hard for them to defend from an aggressive take, and that's what NaVi are going to do once again, just charging into that B bomb site.
I think this is one of the first really fast B takes we've seen from NaVi, and what a round to bust it out in, because there only are two players there to defend it, but Crims is getting some damage done with the spray of the AK, and that's a 3-on-3. Now going to rotate through to Monster Tunnel, finds the angle onto Guardian, that's the bomb down, and this is all of a sudden quite possible for Fnatic to turn this one around. They'd been money screwed. They had nothing but the AK on Crims and some P250s, but apparently that's all they need, because now it's a 2-on-1. Zeus against Olaf and Crims as they toss in the grenades. And Olofmeister ready with that Molotov. That would have been probably more favorable to throw than the smoke. But
yeah, Zeus really would have sort of had to face out then. But they know he's still there now with the smoke in play. So maybe that's what they're trying to do. He could throw it after the smoke, just try either force him to face or deter him from doing anything at all, just wasting down the time. As there are only 30 seconds left now, and it is ticking.
So it seems like Olaf, because of Olaf is looking like right and up, and that they don't know that he's there, but now they spot him as he peeks. And the Molotov, finally there it gets used, and that should be the kind of checkmate move there. But I don't think it wasn't really planted deeply enough to force him to come out. So he kind of made a misplay there and throw the Molotov. Either way, Zeus had nowhere to go. And Fnatic, somehow they took that. I was so worried for them. They won a round, spent all their money, and then lost the round immediately afterwards and got reset. So that was really nice for them to win that one.
Yeah, I think what it was is JW actually got like the first pick that round really early on, took down their short player, and that allowed Fnatic to get so much short control they could just retake the B bomb site as Na'Vi pushed in, and then we saw Guardian dropping the bomb because he still hadn't made his move onto the site, and it really hurt Na'Vi that round. That is a shame. Ooh, cheeky shot coming out there from Olaf as he takes down Edward off with his head, and Zeus just tapping away through that smoke there. They're just trying to get some damage back onto Fnatic early on, but Guardian, that was lovely from him taking down JW there.
Good trace coming in though. Fnatic, they're back in action, but Guardian still has more to say as he takes down Flusher. So that's 3-on-2 in favor of Fnatic. And again, this very early aggression from the CTs is proving quite effective. They've dropped the bomb, but it's a bit too deep to actually go and cover. And we're going to see Seized try to open up the B bomb site. Perfectly done from Seized. Now, this is going to force Fnatic into an awkward position. They've got to split up again. They've got a man pushed on A long, so they are going to know that there's no one around about that area, so they should eliminate the possibility that it can be A at this point. We are going to have the grenades in now, so Crims could be the key man here for Fnatic. Olafmeister has been spotted already.
Yeah, Crims has been a very sneaky B, and from behind he will get one onto Seized and just jumps away, but couldn't quite do it as Guardian takes him down. 1v1 now. The battle of who's got the lowest HP is Guardian's on 32 and Olaf's on 34, but Guardian will not be bothered at all as he gets the headshot there, taking down Olaf. Lovely round by NaVi. It was looking very tight towards the end. I mean, we saw Crims very sneaky play, got up behind them both. If that smoke wouldn't have been there, he could have stopped the bomb altogether and just taken down both players straight away.
Absolutely, and I mean, they have been saved so many times by Guardian. I mean, the early trades are going so well for Fnatic, but he was able to get the refrags just barely in the nick of time with some quite incredible shots and spray as well. But we have a fast take on Suez here from NaVi, so perhaps they will be able to get themselves the early entry. We've got 2 orbs here for Fnatic. That's pretty much all they already have to boast about. But Pronax able to shut down short with just a mere pistol. And think it's a bit chaotic at the moment on the map.
Yeah, JW might catch Zeus here. He does. Zeus turning around saying hello, but he couldn't get the kill. And JW picks up another one there. Things all of a sudden looking terrible for NaVi. And with only C's left, the bomb isn't down. He's just chilling around T-spawn. He's going to be in a bit of a predicament, really, isn't he? Going up against 4 CTs.
Absolutely. Perhaps my 16-9 is still possible. Maybe for Fnatic. I'm not sure, but it's going to require a pretty strong CT side to say the least. But yeah, Seized is going to be forced to go for it on the last round of his first half. But JW puts an end to the shenanigans, and that will be a 6-9 scoreline in favor of NaVi. They're doing quite well on that T side, and I am quite impressed. I'm also quite curious to see how this is going to go on their CT side, because Fnatic, I felt they made all the right moves despite NaVi fighting back so well, and I'm still surprised at how well NaVi did on the T side there. Fnatic were playing it right.
I think NaVi have sort of really early on already started adapting to the new changes, though. Like we saw the round with like the MP7 and stuff, and how they've sort of changed their style of play. So it's interesting from NaVi already sort of changing up their game.
JW's already up to short, so it's a very forward position. I don't know if that's been spotted, and very tentative are NaVi at the moment as they wait for some action to arrive onto one of the bomb sites. They're not taking their chances on any of the deeper or more aggressive angles, instead relying on being defensive, and Fnatic are just slowly clearing out any potential hiding spots across the map, so they have a lot of options, and then they're not going somewhere where they could get ambushed. So it's smart by them.
It is indeed, and that is sort of the trademark slow NaVi player. They don't like to get more aggressive than they need to most of the time, so it's nice to still see that. What could be a fairly nice A-take being set up for by the terrorists, though, but flamie gets one onto JW. And finally, they do begin to charge into that A site. They've opened the floodgates, and Fnatic will be getting that bomb down very early on.
Good job done by them, as NaVi have to come in for the retake. And things are looking very, very precarious, to say the least, as Olafmeister holds down the stairs. And he is just toying with Zeus at the moment. He's got the Glock in his hand, and he will dispatch of both of the remaining Fnatic players, as Fnatic will take that pistol round down. But lots more work to be done for them, and I wonder if we'll see any scout action here. The scout's not too bad on this map, actually, and you can often get some nice positions where you can play it quite safely from really big ranges and kind of save it for the next round, which is often quite a nice thing to have happen if you
Yeah,
go
with
for this buy.
sort of the AWP change as well, it's really to return to what it was in Source, that very sort of fast scoped weapon. And Edward gets the first one there onto Olafmeister with the P250, and Zeus getting one as well onto Crims. Now,
Wow.
things aren't looking too great for Fnatic this round, and it's interesting because they actually bought 2 MAC-10s and an MP7. I thought they'd just rip through NaVi this round, but NaVi putting up a very strong fight as JW's only on 5 HP as well now, and things are looking absolutely wonderful for NaVi.
3 HP on Pronax, 5 HP on JW. Flusher is left with his AK and probably feeling pretty bad about himself because if he can't really, I mean, he doesn't want to give that away, and the chances to win this round now have definitely sunk dramatically. Seas is going to tag Flusher down to 30 now as well with the scout. They're all below 10 HP or below. This is ridiculous. So many players for Na'Vi are still alive. Flusher and JW also have the problem that the bomb is down as Flusher moves in. He might just spot Flamey in time, he will. So perhaps this still could be saved. But Guardian and Edward are pretty healthy at the moment, and they are guarding the bomb.
Yeah, we do see both of those crazy weapons in play, of course, as well. So it wouldn't take much to take down the Fnatic players.
Oh, I like this. This boost coming in to get the spot. Oh, he's going to spot Guardian. He gets the kill as well. Just Edward left, and they have to get the kill. They cannot get the bomb down at this point. Edward's there. On the other side, he's going to go for the peek, and he sprays him down. Oh, no. It looked so possible for Fnatic.
They played that so well. They played it so slow and smart. Like with the boost, we saw that as well, where they took down one of the Na'Vi players. It was so smart from them. It's just unfortunate that when they went for that bomb, I mean, they had to get the kill, as you were saying, but unfortunately Edward just popped out of nowhere, did a little bit of a magic trick and mowed him down. So it's a real shame for Fnatic.
The only plus from that is that they managed to take down pretty much all of the players apart from the last one who had a MAC-10, and that meant that they weren't able to pick up any weapons that Fnatic were carrying, so they're going to have to invest a lot more. So Fnatic kind of avoided the worst case scenario, but still this is pretty bad. And we can see that they're going back to a force buy here, and let's see how successful they can be with this.
Fair bit of early damage there onto Edward. He's only 50 HP now, and he's going to have to fall back. Nice smokes coming out there from Fnatic as they begin to work towards that A site. If they do catch sight of C's, it will look very good for Fnatic very early on, but he does have an MP7. He could do an awful lot of damage as JW is standing right next to him on his left, and oh, 3 players run straight past him. If he could have taken them down, that would have been beautiful, but unfortunately they catch sight of him there.
Yeah, no madness just yet. They have finally arrived at the gates of A, and let's see if they're going to be able to push in without taking too much damage here. Already a fast couple of frags found by Olafmeister. Good entries from him as Edward and Zeus are now the last men standing, and there's surely no way against 5 players they have any hope in hell of taking this one. Zeus is going to go for it though, going to pick up the kill onto JW, but realizing that perhaps he doesn't want to bite off too much more than he can chew, is going to get out of there and save the FAMAS, as will Edward with his AK.
Yeah, once again, I think that was smart for Fnatic because they just played it out like a gun round, really. They were on sort of a force buy. They had, you know, sort of a crazy sort of selection of weapons, but they played it smart, and it's definitely done well for them as they will be picking up this round. This is interesting. If Edward will catch sight of Flusher as he goes very hunting for him, but it'll be Flusher to get the better of him. And Zeus just tucked away there. Doesn't want to make a noise, just playing the mouse roll that round.
And this is really cool as well because, I mean, they kind of like reverse money screwed onto NaVi now, because Fnatic managed to win that round with that force up when they got reset to just straight back to the default the first round bonus of the money loss the consecutive round loss bonus. Yeah. And now NaVi in the same situation. They're going to say, okay, well, we're going to force up and try to go for this battle as well, and someone's going to break. One of these teams is going to break, and NaVi definitely don't look in good stead to keep going here. So we'll have to see if they're going to pull out some craziness, just as Fnatic did.
JW gets the trade kill there, and he'll get one for free as well, and Olaf will pick one up, so it's already looking very bad for NaVi. The M4 is in play on Edward, but 1v4 is going to be hard. Flamey's there going to be supporting him, but he does only have a CZ75, and it's not amazing for what he wants to do with it, really.
So yeah, they've got to try to get the save going, to be honest, because the teammates are going to be able to buy nothing in the following rounds. They full bought. They're going to be on sorry, $1,900 when they lose this one. So yeah, they're going to have to eco twice, basically. NaVi have to eco twice. No, that's kind of like what this entire dynamic was, is that if you do go for this force buy, it's highly risky, and you're saying, well, hey, you know, but we can break the economy of our opponents, and then we'll get those around. But it looks like Fnatic are going to pull it off, and NaVi are going to be put into quite a poor position, and Fnatic are going to have every chance to take a big, big lead here and a lot of momentum, because this round should be very free for them.
Yeah, it really should be. NaVi shouldn't be able to put up much of a fight, but we actually saw it on the T side where NaVi took a round they weren't meant to at all, so it'll be interesting to see if they can do it now. And that's been a very interesting dynamic so far we've seen at that rounds. Rounds that both teams shouldn't have won, and they've somehow managed to do it, so lovely play from both of the teams so far.
And it's definitely a questionable choice, I think, from NaVi, but to go for that force up there, we'll have to see how it will impact the game at large, but it's very risky. Everything in this game carries some amount of risk, and that was just one of the more risky moments. And that wallbang there from Flusher is something that I think I saw Olofmeister do, or Crims on one of the previous rounds. Not something I've seen super commonly, so you can see that they're very well drilled on maps like this. But would you look at this, NaVi now going to go for an aggression here.
Ooh, Flusher could just completely mow him down. Who gets one, gets their second. Lovely spray from the man as he'll claim all three. And NaVi will pick up his second kill of that round, taking down Guardian there. And there it is, as you were saying, the free round for Fnatic. Lovely play from them. They didn't go crazy, though. They played it slow and played it smart and managed to get the round. So now 10-10 is the scores on the doors. And we see the 4 buys on both teams, but the cash situation is still not great for NaVi, really. They've wasted all of their money now finally picking up guns. So
yeah, they have 3 flashes and 3 smokes. That's it. That's actually really bad, and it surprises me that they went for armor, for head armor, sorry, helmets, because they could easily have cut those corners for extra nades. They're very likely going to be up against AKs and AWPs, so head armor does not help you against that, and it does not help you against Olofmeister. He's going to get the entry there into the B-bomb sites onto Flamey. However, his teammates are pretty far behind, and this backstab here from Guardian could be all the difference. They have no one checking the flank, and Guardian is going to abuse them and turn around in the favor of NaVi. What a play from Guardian.
As well, yeah, coming out. This is looking a lot better. NaVi really doing some damage now. Only one man again. Flusher, things have just been completely turned on their head.
That is so unfortunate there for Fnatic. They had a big advantage going into that round, and you know they have still a lot of money to play with, but they are giving NaVi a lot of breathing room, having such a clean win, and that's a spot. That's just someone not the communication just not going right, because someone should always be rushing the flank there. If you're not going to clear connector, we know that the CTs have more than enough time to get there well ahead of the Ts. So that's just a simple error that you don't usually see from Fnatic, and that might just be the error that gets NaVi well and truly back into this one.
Yeah, they must be kicking themselves after that, really. And Guardian, Molotov in play there that he's stolen from the Ts the previous round after he had a bit of a scavenge. And Edward will be the one to claim the first frag this round, though, as he takes down Crims. 4v5 already, and a little bit of damage onto Olaf, but not much. And Pronax will get the frag there onto Zeus. 4v4 already. Very early on this, we've seen a lot of aggression this round. We've seen sort of slower rounds recently, but now things seem to be speeding up a bit again.
Yeah, and a very, very big spread here from Fnatic. We have a player pushing upper park here from NaVi. I think that is maybe Edwards. No, yeah, it's Edward, and he's going to be potentially finding out what's going on. Well, that's unfortunate there for Edward. He's going to go down, and his information is not going to be good at this point, as there's still lots of time for Fnatic to move around. And we can see that NaVi now have been forced to just play very, very passively. They can't have forward positions. They can't even have a 2-man setup on both sides. They have to pick and choose now, and they are going to go with the 2-man A setup.
Yeah, and there's like no nades at all on NaVi right now. We see one Molotov on Guardian, and he'll lob that out right now, trying to burn off Olaf, but he won't be bothered at all as he takes him down, and Flusher will claim one as well. Only C's left now. The M4 in hand, and he is on that A site, but the bomb's over at B, so that's not going to help very much at all.
Yeah, really clean round again from Fnatic. They seem to be consistent when they're taking these entries, these jewels. They're generally winning them against NaVi, and Sneezed is going to be lucky to escape with his life here, but so is Olofmeister on 1 HP. But he already picked up 1 kill. He already did the damage he needed to do. So JW comes in, finishes off Seized, and Fnatic are actually looking really good. However, NaVi have just enough to get another buy-in, and this is starting to get a bit scary for NaVi though, because again, using all of their bank for this buy, Fnatic well poised with such an advantage on the weapons to continue the momentum. But last time I thought that, Guardian backstabbed all of them, so we'll have to see.
It will be interesting, definitely. And very early aggression from the CTs there, as they will get 2 frags. Lovely play by him. Crimson Olafmeister are completely out of the round now. Things aren't looking as good as they were on Fnatic. JW still in play with that AWP though, and we've seen him really crack open sort of the later rounds. It'll be interesting to see if he can bring this one back for Fnatic.
Yeah, another very, very turbulent round for Fnatic. Losing a couple players to simple kind of timing errors, it would seem, like not being ready for the CTs to be there, basically. They were exposed, and they suffered the consequences, and now they've got to find a way to get an opening and get some basic map control going. Taking connectors is a smart choice here. JW leaving him to do his thing, finding Edward over towards A, whilst they get the control of connector and Suez. Now, we can see that this is going to give them the options and a decision that Pronax can make all here, but it's like Cease is going to pick up one, Flamey another one, and it's going to leave it all down to the in-game leader.
Yeah, Pronax being the last man alive. He has a Molotov and a smoke. He's picked up a nade as well, but Guardian will not be bothered at all as he just clicks away and takes him down. That's the 12th round for NaVi now.
I was feeling pretty good about Fnatic there. You know, they got some position. They got JW got a nice little AWP frag, and you know, they had a man on the toilets. They had a man on, or 2 men on towards Suez, and that could, you know, they could try to trade, you know, an entry into the B bomb site. I felt like they could make something happen, but at this time NaVi just a little bit ahead of the game, as they don't let Fnatic break their economy. They don't let them take any more free rounds.
Yeah, and once again we see Edward picking up the MP7, and he'll claim 1 kill with it onto Olive there. Flamey will get another and a second this round. Beautiful headshots from the man. Grims will catch wind of Edward's though as he's tucked away, but he'll take him down even whilst he gets flashed.
So he's with a frag as well, and this push is looking rather laboured for Fnatic. Crims, there's nothing he can do. He's got a full set of grenades still. Can't even, had no opportunity to even use them. There's no recovering that bomb. And they know where Crims is. He is pretty trapped at the moment. As we can see, Guardian has an angle, looking for the slightest of gaps. And Crims is about to reveal himself, and Guardian will not miss the shot because he's Guardian. And Guardian is fast on the draw, fast on the shot, and always fast at the top of the scoreboard.
And that is definitely good for us with our Vulcan picks.
It is indeed.
See, Edward as well, though, 23-17 right now. And I've seen him actually use sort of the MP7 a lot this game. He seems to really know what he's doing with the gun and has been sort of bringing back his own bank with it, because NaVi's economy still wasn't looking that great. But now on Edward, he has a lot sort of abundance of cash to what he had. And let's see if he can use it this round as he does, finds the kill onto Olive there. He must be loving this new update.
Oh yeah, that's so much money as well. It's ridiculous how viable it is against the rifles and Kevlar. And now we're going to see that the push comes in from Fnatic onto the A bomb site. And JW in from the back takes down Guardian. Guardian so important for these defenses. And that was a free kill. Crims now rampantly pushing into the bomb site, straight towards bank. There's no taking this for NaVi, it would seem. But Flamey is going to push his way up the stairs just in the nick of time. And Pronax is put into a horrible situation against 2 players. And Edward will save the round for NaVi. They somehow, some way, just keep on pulling out these clutch results. And they are looking like they might just take this one now.
It really looked like it was Fnatic's round as well.
Yeah, it
like,
really did.
When JW got that pick onto Guardian, just from behind him, he must have had no idea. And then they had locked down sight, and somehow we saw Edward winning a 1v2 with an MP7, and just, I don't know, this is crazy. NaVi are just pulling out absolute magic tricks round after round.
Uh-oh. Fnatic have no money left as well. They've just spent every last dime. If they lose this round, it's over for them. It's curtains. They're done. So this is going to be interesting to see how they pull this one out. We're going to have now another aggressive opening from NaVi. They do have themselves connector control. They've got themselves, you know, deep on the upper parkway as well. So Fnatic, they might get an opportunity for some early duels. This could actually be a way back in for Fnatic, or an easy exit to the match as well.
Yeah, and JW doesn't want things to end just yet as he finds the kill onto Edward. He's fairly low down there, only 11 HP. It's not going to help him that much. Pronax, if he catches wind here of Flamey, I mean, there are 3 T-side players there. They could maybe get the pick onto him, and it should be with fair ease. So it'll be interesting to see how they're going to work this one.
So that one-man advantage so far. They are trying to use the time to find more edges, but in the same moment, NaVi is saying, hey, we need to get back into this one, and they are finding the aggressions, they're finding the duels, and to be honest, getting the better of them. That's Pronax down on 22. Olofmeister has got 4 health, but that is a one-man advantage here. Can he even it up? He will. Zeus falls to the ground, and now we have Fnatic, 30 seconds on the clock, fast to that A bomb site. And NaVi, they are behind here. They need to get themselves up there, but at least they're together, moving in, and should allow them some trades. Oh, perfect angle. I can't believe it. Seized had himself 2 duels. Oh my god, Olaf with 8 health now. Flamey and Seized. They're on the angle. He's got to go and plant here, and he will be able to get that. But there goes the nade. Oh, he finishes it with a nade. Amazing. I love it. I love it.
His arm's going to be sore after lobbing that one.
Yeah, it really will.
That's crazy, though, because once again, we see around where it looked like Fnatic were going to take it, they got the first pick onto a CT, and you know how much that hurts you if only having 4 CT side players. It's really bad, and then somehow we just saw Fnatic pull it out of the, NaVi pull it out of the bag once again and just start picking them off, and that's crazy.
They're bringing a lot of clutch factor to this match here today, I must say.
Yeah, the individual plays from NaVi is just absolutely phenomenal.
And this buy is kind of horrible, actually. Galils and Tech9s. I mean, Tech9 got nerfed a little bit, but it's still broken in the most broken way that it was broken before. Yeah. The running spread is still really good, and you can still fire it really fast. There's still more than enough bullets, so it's not really an issue, I would say. But we'll have to see if Fnatic have any plays with this Galil Tech9 setup to throw at NaVi. They look very passive at the moment.
It's going to be an interesting one as well, because this is sort of Fnatic now. You get into this situation where they know we can't make any more mistakes, boys. We can't have these close rounds. It needs to be, we need to see it through to the end, and Fnatic seem to be struggling to do that so far. And the trades come out there now as Edward gets one, but he does fall to Olaf, and Guardian takes down JW. So 3v4, the advantage to the CTs, and all the T-side guys, all the Fnatic are very close together as they smoke off bank. Take a lot of damage there as they begin to take into the site. It's going to be interesting. Guardian gets 1. Guardian gets the 2nd. And Zeus gets the 3rd. And there it is, 11-16. That is very different from what you expected.